there, have you subscribed to our channel yet? Invite your friends and search for CSLGH.
hope I'm alive. Welcome to Wednesday night at Granada Hills Centers for Spiritual Living. My name is Wayne McDonald, and tonight we're going to do the Tibetan bowls, and we're going to do a little different arrangement this evening. And before we start that, we do lighting the flames of faith. It's a call to service. We perform this ceremony to promote the universal consciousness of life, which acknowledges that all people and all faiths, all sentient beings come from the one great universal presence, which we call spirit. Fundamental to this truth is the unifying nature of all religious thought and experience, which we honor here today. I've already lit all the candles. Because of time tonight, we'll just go right to the healing candle. And as I light the heating candle, please silently put into the light the names of anyone you wish to have experienced the healing flame of God's eternal love.
I'm thankful, so grateful. I'm one with the Spirit all around me. I'm thankful, so grateful. I trust in God. I surrender. I'm one with the Spirit all around me. I surrender. I trust in God.
Join me in this opening treatment. As we go within, I know and recognize that God is that one source of all my good. I know that God is that source and substance of supply, and that is body, mind, spirit. That is health, prosperity, love, peace, joy, all the good God qualities. And I know this evening we join in community with a sound healing meditation and just release and let go into that place of healing and spirit. And with a grateful heart, I give thanks for this healing service. And knowing this is all complete and done, I just release and let go. And together we say, and so it is. So before we start this evening, I'm going to read some quick announcements. Practitioners available in the treatment room for a complimentary 2-minute affirmative prayer. And that is usually on Sunday. If you're looking for a practitioner, you can find one online at cslgh.org. Also, a gentle reminder, we ask that all cell phones be placed on silent during tonight's service. Thank you for understanding. And we have reopened the Raise the Roof fundraiser. We are thankful to all who have already participated, and we thank those in advance who wish to donate now as we seek additional funds to complete a more extensive roof repair. Please assist us with getting the funds allocated correctly. For office clarity, please label and mark your donations for roof donation and separate from your normal tithing donations. You can check out the fundraiser on our Facebook page and share the link if you would like. Next Wednesday, August 26th, the Science of Mind discussion group will take place at 7 p.m. Join Dr. Maureen Hoyt and Myrna Morales as they lead an open forum discussion complete with readings, questions, and answers. Donations will be accepted at the door. And that is it. So for those here tonight and those that are online, we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to start off the first 15-minute kind of a hands-on experience, give you a chance to see what the bowls are, how they work, and then we're going to move into a sound healing meditation where I'll just take over and you can just space out. And that goes for the people online. And I hope those are online that you stay with us as we move through this experiential evening tonight. And I'm going to move downstage. So, the bowls. This particular set I call it a set, but it's actually was purchased individually. Normally when you find bowls, they could be plain, or they may be etched on the outside. They might even have, such as this one, they may be painted a little bit, or they may even be etched inside. To give you an idea, this bowl weighs 5 pounds. The larger size bowls have a different tone, more deeper than obviously a smaller one. All these bowls are made what is called a bell metal. And what that means, it is a combination. And it's kind of a recipe depending on whoever the manufacturer is. Bell metal is 78% copper, 22% tin, and they may mix in other things like zinc or even silver. And that combination is what gives it that sound. Another thing to kind of give you an idea about bowls, this bowl here, as an example, when you're buying it, this was $350. So they don't come cheap. And this small one was $122. Yes, you can find them less, and the bowls like this set are hand hammered. They start off with a flat metal disc and heat it up, and they hammer it into the shape of a bowl. And there isn't an entire way. They can come close for tuning it, but since it's a metal and it's hammered, you're not going to find an exact frequency for the 7 chakras. The crystal bowls, which is a completely different sound, those bowls actually came out of Silicon Valley during making computer chips. And they didn't know what to do with all this waste. And so they decided to make bowls out of them. That's where that came from. And welcome. And so this is one set that I had purchased, and I had somebody help me with it. This other set that I brought along this evening is basically, and I'm pretty sure that this one, I've looked at it because I could never tell online, but I'm pretty sure that this is also hand hammer. And the kind of the way you can tell is by always looking at the edges and looking to see where if there's any difference in the thickness on the bowls. And yes, I know, just like anything, like either glassware or even bowls, you can cheat and have a mold and make it look like it. But the sound it has a good ring to it. The other set I brought, which I don't think I'm going to bring this one out yet. Maybe. Let's see. This other set. This particular set I purchased specifically to do sound healing with. In a sound healing session, the client is either laying down on their back or you can lay them down on their stomach and actually place the bowl, chest, stomach, shoulders. You could also, even when they're laying flat, you take a smaller bowl, place it on the flat of their palms, sound it. This one is a little more precision on the sound for sound healing sessions. So this evening, what we're going to do is hand out a bowl and show you how to sound the bowls. And the first thing you need to know is it's going to be a flat palm. Because if I just do it this way, it just goes dud. Flat palm, it rings. In all these bowls, this is called a striker, and it's a hard wood, and it's covered with leather. And if anybody has an issue, they do sell them vegan-free synthetic leather too. And actually some of the ones I have actually are different. This is easy to do. It takes a couple tries to get the hang of this. This is what is called singing the bowl. If I do it too fast, it starts bouncing the striker away. So smaller bowls, it helps to start the bowl by striking it and just a little bit of pressure. So at this time, I'm going to hand out some bowls to everybody. There is enough bowls. And quite honestly, if you have a certain size, you want something that's too heavy, you want to try something smaller. Let's go. How about this? Is that going to work for you?
Sure.
Okay. Okay. And Chloe, how about you? And I'm going to give you the granddaddy. Imagine doing a 30-minute session holding. Yeah, I mean, you can on these bowls hold them above somebody, and you could also move it.
The benefits to having a healing bowl session.
Okay, so in a healing bowl session, there's the first thing that I let people know that normally I would do an evaluation, ask a couple questions. And the first thing I always ask is make sure the person's not pregnant. The other thing is pacemakers. This bowl, when you start holding it, you'll notice how it starts moving the sound. If somebody had a pacemaker, I would probably only work lower half or probably not at all. If somebody has a metal hip, the vibration could just be a little jarring.
Oh, I have two hip replacements, so maybe it wouldn't work for me.
Well, and so, yeah, it just could be a little disruptive. So,
Wouldn't somebody be able to do it if they're pregnant? I'm not pregnant, definitely, but I'm
it-
74, so.
it is because fluid and sound.
Oh,
Because your body is already, pregnant or not pregnant, your body is already a lot of water. And it will vibrate. So I think just, the idea of, somebody singing to a child and music, yes, that will definitely have good benefits. So, but I don't think you want to start off
If I
with,
could say something, I do other healing modalities, and we also won't work on pregnant people, and it's not because there's gonna be a bad thing, but nobody would wanna have some spontaneous contraction.
Yeah.
Because you just wanna factor that out.
so on the strikers, normally I would use on the bigger bowl a medium size. Now, it still works with this one, but if I use one that's a little bit thinner, doesn't change the sound much, but it does make a difference because of its weight on the bowls. So I'm going to start handing out different strikers to everybody. And I'm going to go with that. Probably I'm going to go small for you. And let's see. Oh, that's a nice heavy one. Okay, who's got, I'm going to use that on yours. So go ahead and just, I'm going to get the strikers handed out, but so the idea that you want is just a light, and I'm not gripping it. Okay, I'll get you a bowl. So I just kind of a nice light grip, you just could just do that. And if anybody wants, it doesn't really change the sound that much, but if that's easier to holding, we can use. Okay, so I'll get your striker, and I'll get you. So this is what. So you would normally be striking on the outside in. Yes, I know. I'm going to hand out what we have. Okay, so. Goes there. It's like, these are really tiny. Okay. No, we're okay, because it's still going to work. If we have another, good. This is why not kidding, I only ordered 4 extra ones to make sure that we were going to be covered this evening. Normally, what?
Fun birthday party.
Oh, yes, I know. Well, this is great.
Today's your birthday?
Yeah. Well, thank you. It was a good place to be.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ray. Happy birthday to
You. You need one?
we have
Okay.
here.
Okay.
Does Terry have a striker? Terry needs a striker.
Okay. Okay. You need? Okay. And let's see. We need, okay. We might go, I'm going to switch you around on that one. Okay. So, who? Yes, I know. I'm going to get Nancy a bowl. And we need to do that for Nancy. Okay, let's see. This is why I brought all of these.
Nancy gets a big one. I need one over here.
You need Knight's a striker.
Okay, you need another. You need a striker. Okay.
Yeah, I have some strikers at home.
That's all fine. Okay.
One more striker?
One more striker. Okay. Easy to do. Now, on the ones, some of these bowls, the striker, I've handed out just random ones. So who's missing? You've got a striker. Everybody's got a striker? Okay. So, to make it interesting for the people that are online, and just, you could tone yours and just make us, and if it's not ringing, you may have to change where your placement is. And if you're,
You go on the outside.
yeah, so if you're, that's the sounding, it's like that. And to get it to, if you're trying to get the bowl to sing, you may have to strike it a little bit. And just, so the angle, you want a little bit of angle when you're going around the bowl. How's it working for you? Are you doing magic with your bowl? It is, well, reason, yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, we kind of have to do that because of the.
I'll leave it on until you start the meditation.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I know it gets warm. So, if anybody has a question about what their bowl is doing or not doing, just raise your hand. Yes. So, okay. So some of the bowls have been marked because I use the ones like Winmore has a bowl that is, I call leopard skin. The leopard skin, well, I kind of did some checking on the frequencies of these. So I first said it's a set of 7. There are 7 chakras, from the crown chakra to the root chakra. So I labeled the bowls with the 7 chakras and the closest note that they could possibly be. Now, as for the other, because I normally, the one thing about metal bowls, you can be pretty close on your frequencies trying to do a match to work with chakras. But because they're hand hammered, it's a little bit tricky on the bowls of getting, let's say, a very specific note. That's why crystal bowls are popular, because they can be because they're not handmade. They're made in a very specific way that they can get the tones. The only difference between a crystal bowl, obviously, crystal bowls tend to be a more sharper sound, and the metal bowls have a much more harmonic sound with them. The other thing is, even if that bowl is $350, I could easily put it on your back and not have to hold my breath in case it falls. I would never put a $600 bowl made out of crystal on somebody's body, and because you just can't. You just cannot use crystal bowls. You can do a sound healing session with crystal bowls around them, but you can't do anything else. Now, the other thing is you notice that some of these sets come stacked. You cannot do that with crystal bowls. It's just like packing up your mom's 100-year-old china. One chip, one crack. That's it. Have a nice day. That's it. So I thought this was, for me, was a better way to work. Now, how's that working? Okay. So now, yes.
When you do this, you often just, you don't always circle around, you just.
Yes. So the two different ways is, because most of the time a healing session, actually in a healing session, what I do that's very different from a sound healing meditation is I would have a client laying down and I would have left ear, right ear, crown. And I would take the first bowl that's sitting on the table like a TV tray, and I would strike 15 times. And then I would move on to the next bowl 15 times, and next bowl 15 times. And then I would do maybe about 3 rounds of that, and then choose another bowl and maybe put it on their upper shoulder area and do toning on that.
I still didn't understand. What does it do when you do this bowl session? How does it balance the body, or what is it?
With the sound frequencies, it isn't so much, it's more of releasing. The body resonates with the tone, and just like doing a hand massage, muscles just need permission to let go. There's a lot of tension with it. So you can, when you're doing physical massage, something as, instead of just going in there with the thumbs and really doing deep tissue work, sometimes you just go in there and just gently, it's like, okay, let go. You're just letting the body know. So with the bowls, it feels that vibration, and it almost, I like to call it breathing. All of a sudden it's like, oh, okay, I can now let go. And it starts releasing. And you might kind of notice as you try this, is notice, just see if you're feeling any of the vibration moving up your arm. Because I did this with somebody for my apartment building. I just took one of the bowls near their shoulder, and I just did a couple of tones, and they've all of a sudden could feel it moving up their arm to their shoulder and go, oh my God, arthritis. It's like that's really helping. So there's different ways. The bowls can be used for different healing modalities. Yes?
When do you do a healing session?
Yes, on a healing session, yes.
So when do you do them?
I would usually do about an hour and a half session, and I do.
Here at the church, or where do you do them?
I do it on a massage table, and I would usually do, because I'm trained in crystals and Reiki, I usually start off with doing crystal Reiki, just working with the chakras.
She's saying when, like, what day?
What days?
Schedule it?
I whatever whatever works for the client, because I don't have an office, so I could either work out of my home, or what I've done, I make arrangement, making sure it's cleared with the church, and I use the kids' room, and I come here and do a session that way.
Third
It's-
Wednesdays here.
What?
Third Wednesdays.
Well, yes, but it may not be a third Wednesday, because since I'm not locked into a actual work schedule, that I don't have a normal Monday through Friday commitment to jobs, so I can work with a client and say, okay, since the center is an easy place to meet, that's what I will do sometimes, is when I work for the client. Yeah. Any other questions?
And just to be clear though, the third Wednesdays I mentioned, you do a healing for the whole group here on the third Wednesday.
Yes.
Yeah, like tonight, this is
Yeah, well,
different than what you normally
yes.
does.
So normally and the reason I call, when we do the sound healing meditation, is I call it a sound healing meditation as opposed to a sound bath. A sound bath will have a combination of different tools. So it could be crystal bowls and metal bowls and gongs and a bunch of other things. And since I just work with just the bowls, it really can't call it a sound bath because it's just bowls. And it really is focused on more of just doing more of a meditation is what it is. That we do here normally on Wednesdays. Yes.
Third Wednesday.
Anybody else? Any other?
This is clearing some stuff in my gut right now.
Yeah.
Because it was tight in there. I had it in my hand, and it was starting to do something when I put it on my lap like this. It started like seconds.
Yeah.
The big ones had the low.
Yeah.
With the lower chakras, and it's like, oh, give me some of these things. Oh my God. I got a little one at home that's like
Yeah.
one, but like I think was a little bit smaller than what David has got. Like that's the upper stuff. I'm like, whoa, this thing is like you handed me the right one.
Well, good. And for those online, thank you for still staying with us. So would everybody like to go into a meditation at this point with the bowls? Okay, so I'm gonna just gather. Okay, those go there. That is that set. We have strikers and strikers. This is this set. Okay. Okay, and we'll do that. Okay, there's that. Yes, I'll take that. And that, how was that? Okay. Okay. Have we had enough strikers? I only got 4 extra ones. Now, normally, if you're wondering, usually when I do a healing session, that's what I use. But when I do a session, usually the smaller ones, I might use this just to stabilize the bowl. It doesn't change the sound, but it's a way, if I work with the smaller ones, they may have a chance, they might move when you strike them. So to keep a bowl from moving, there's 2 things I do. These are simple black rubber plastic that are used for shelf lining. That helps it to keep moving around, and also using a ring also helps that moving around. And let's see, that one, and I find out which ones work the best for me. Well,
That's a lot of work for you.
well, as you can imagine, that this one's 5 pounds. This set, once I get it reset, comes in 2 carry-on bags. And it's about 20 pounds each. And so, to give you an idea, this whole arrangement, that's $3,000, which is actually pretty inexpensive compared to if you see somebody doing gongs, those can range $1,000 plus for each gong. I mean, that's almost impossible. I mean, just anybody that does a sound bath dreams of having a gong of some kind. And I've seen there's a company in Germany that hand spins and etches them. And they are just absolutely the best. And let's see. So we're going to move into this. And I am going to arrange these back again. Yes?
Do you need more space?
No,
Should we-
we're good. I am good. And that one, that's funny how that one looks. Okay, so we are going to move in. Now, the other thing I brought, and I usually start each session with this, they're either cymbals or tinsha. And people, when they first see them, they kind of think it's one of those games where you're trying to get the ball in the holder. Most people try to do it this way. The way actually to work with it, more control. And just like the bowls, this is made also with bell metal. Now, the other thing that I'll just mention briefly, this is the most common type of bowl, which is a bowl. But they also have what is called pedestal bowls, where they actually have a pedestal. There are actually about 6 different styles and shapes of bowls. And there are some that you can purchase which are like antique, that are 60 to 100 years old, which are really collector items to have those. And so before we start, now the one thing I usually check is because the thickness changes on these. I always check first to see if I have the right sound I want. You notice it changes. And we are set. So at this time, we're going to go into a sound healing meditation. It's going to be a quick one. So let's just sit back, and those online, thank you for staying with us. And we'll just begin, just so you don't seem surprised. According to the clock, it's 7:40, which is fine, because I tell you, the idea of a sound healing meditation is to just closing your eyes and listen to the tones and follow where the sound goes, and just kind of travel with the sounds, and just breathe and let go and just listen to the sounds. Those sounds are good. And that concludes Wednesday night with Tibetan Bowls. Thank you all for joining me, and I'll be here third Wednesday next month. And again, thank you for joining me, and those online, thank you for joining me.
And your presentation was very nice.
You're welcome.